Hi, I'm Kristin Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Oh my goodness, everybody, welcome back to Are You a Charlotte? We have a very special guest today. This is my first time meeting her. She is amazing. Her name is Mickey Guyton. Mickey is a singer-songwriter who is known for her single, What Are You Gonna Tell Her? And Black Like Me. And she became the first Black woman to ever be nominated in the Best Country Solo Performance category. So she is a joy. She's also on a show called The Singer, which is China's most competitive music show, which has an average of 115 million viewers. 115 million viewers. It's insane. She is a country music star. I don't look like it right now.
I look very California.
No, you look amazing. Okay, I love your hair. I love your whole look. My daughter would be like, "How do I make that happen?"
I got you.
I want to hear all the details. Amazing.
I would not have looked like this.
Well, you look fantastic, and I love it so much. And do you live here or do you live in Nashville?
I live here in Nashville.
Great.
Yeah. So my husband's a lawyer, and he practices out here.
Got it.
And so I guess I am a Charlotte, maybe.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You wait. We'll get there. But that's great. My publicist and best friend also lives in Nashville and here. And she has chickens and horses and all that stuff there.
I don't have that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, one day you could get that if you want that.
Yeah,
that's really why she moved there, because she wanted to
the land.
Have that, have that life back. Or really, I guess for the first time. But she missed it. So
Nashville's awesome too.
Yeah, she loves it so much.
It is. It's great.
Sometimes, there's a lot of flying involved.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
4-hour flight, it's tough. Yeah.
Could be worse, though.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
I was just in China. That flight was very long.
Because you're on a show there.
I was.
Tell us about this.
So I got the opportunity. It's basically what I like to describe it. The show is called The Singer. And I would describe it as like Master Chef for singers.
Okay.
And you're getting judged by the audience. There's no judges.
Oh, wow.
But it's all professional singers. Like Jessie J has done this. Charlie Puth was there.
Wow.
A Christian vocalist and voice winner, Jordan Smith, was on it. And Adam Lambert. It's a really massive show. And I was out there for 3 months and I competed with artists from around the world, Chinese artists.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
It was awesome.
I have been to China and the jet lag, it's so painful.
I've been back for almost a month and I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, it's hard.
It was really hard.
It's really hard.
And I even got this like circadian rhythm. It's called the Flight Kit.
I've seen it.
It works.
No.
But I worked when I was there, but when I came back, I didn't take it properly. And I was just done. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to hear this because I've seen it. And I'm always like,
no. It works.
Can it really?
No, it really does work. You will not be fighting for your life. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So do you continue with this show or are you done?
I'm done. I got second place.
Got it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I did. It was amazing. It was my son went with me out there, my husband.
And
it was just such an eye-opening experience.
I can't even imagine being on a competition show in China.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was wild.
But also didn't have some kind of insane audience, like 112 million people or something
crazy.
It
was like every week, it was like singing at the Super Bowl every week. It was insane. There's so many people in China, and I was just getting exposed to such a really cool audience.
Wow.
They gave me gifts.
Amazing. That is one thing when you travel in Asia, they give you gifts.
It made me feel like a terrible person because all I did was bring merch. And I was like, here's a shirt. Meanwhile, they're giving me like 100 flower bouquets. It was terrible.
That's the sweetest thing about Asian culture. Don't you think? It's very polite, and they also squeal in a very high-pitched way.
They do. You want to know my nickname?
Tell me.
They started calling me Mama.
Oh,
so big, mommy! I swear to God,
so
yeah, they called me Mama.
That's so nice. Did they also sometimes cry
all the time?
Yeah,
all the time. Like they're very, it made me really think about especially Asians here in America, and after experiencing like their hearts and the love and the sensitivity and how they wear their hearts on their sleeves, it made me think of Asian hate so much more out here because.
There's a sweetness.
Yeah, there's a sweetness to them. And
I don't think understood necessarily as a cultural phenomenon.
100%.
Yeah. I know that when we did the films, we went to Tokyo. I guess it was the second film. And first of all, it was next level type production
Yes.
to have
Yes.
anything entertainment related.
Oh, the
I mean, we
pictures,
rose
everything.
out of a stage.
Oh, wow.
Like something that you guys
Yeah.
would do
Oh,
in the
oh.
music world. You know, we rose out of a stage. We were terrified.
Yeah.
We were like, what do you
Yeah.
do when you're
Yeah.
rising out of stage? Then when we got to the top, we had to walk down this staircase.
Oh, God.
I believe Sarah Jessica and I held hands. And then meanwhile, I think there was smoke.
I'm
You know
sure
what I'm
there
saying?
was. And
And
lights.
squealing.
Yes.
Right? The
Yes.
whole time. And then by the time we got down there, tears
Oh, yeah.
from the audience.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was so
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
sweet and beautiful.
Yeah.
And you do just want to hug everybody.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's a very warm feeling.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
at the airport.
Yes.
People are there with huge gifts.
Yes.
At the airport.
They're at the hotels.
Right. To
Like
welcome
you
you.
just have gifts. And it was like I
Yes.
said, I was like, here's a merch shirt. Thank you
Well,
for this
listen.
Baccarat stemware that you just got me. Literally, someone got me some Baccarat stemware.
Wow.
Yes. I couldn't believe
But
it.
I mean, if it's your merch, I feel like that's nice.
Yes. Yes, it's
Right?
nice, but it's not Baccarat.
Well, you
know?
can't give it Baccarat to everyone, I don't think. And how would you carry it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it is very lovely fan experience.
Yes.
And sometimes they'll write you letters that they
Oh,
hand
yeah.
you.
I got some from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very fascinating. Okay. All right.
Okay,
We're going
okay,
to talk
okay,
about
sorry,
Sex and the
sorry,
City.
sorry, here we go,
So
here we go.
this is what's wonderful about Mickey. She is younger than me. I don't know how much. I'm not going to ask her, but she loves the show,
I
which
do.
is so, so wonderful.
I do.
And I'm always happy to meet new people who love the
Yes.
show. And I love to ask people, when did you first watch it?
So I was really young when Sex and the City came out. So I wasn't able to watch it when I was in high school. But I've watched all the seasons since I was probably about 21. I'm 42 now.
Got it.
So it's been a huge part of my life. The movies, like I definitely got all dressed up. I went to the movie theater to
Thank
go
you.
see the
That's
movies.
so nice.
It was just like, I cursed the day you were born. But still,
That was a good line. That was a really good line.
I think it's really great to this day.
Thank
it
you.
can
Thank
apply
you.
to a
It
lot
does.
of
It
people.
holds up. It holds
does.
up for
It does
sure.
hold up. It says everything that you
goodness.
need to say in
That's
that
true.
moment.
I should remember that line more often in
Yes.
my own life. You know, that is a useful line.
It is. It's a useful line.
It really is. Thank you for reminding me. That's true. We haven't gotten to the movies yet. One day we'll get to the movies.
Yeah.
But luckily, we're kind of you are here to help us
Yes.
with episode 302.
Yes.
Which is, in my mind, when I think back, and I don't know if this is going to be true when I'm rewatching, but when I think back of the heyday, like the amazing part of our show when
Yeah.
everything gelled and came together, it's season 3.
Yes.
I love season 3 so much.
Yes.
And when I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but I've been rewatching since the beginning, and I was very impressed with season 1 and season 2. Because in my mind, we were still finding ourselves. It wasn't all together, the writing and the acting and the, everything. And now I realize that all the pieces were there. And maybe some episodes were this or that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was perfect from start to finish.
Oh, you're so
From
sweet.
start
You're so
to
sweet.
finish.
Thank
it really,
you.
really was.
That's
I
so
had
nice.
It's interesting from your perspective to hear that.
Well, because
you're
sometimes you're not objective, right? Obviously. And also you remember what it felt like.
Yeah.
Also more so than the finished product.
Yeah.
And so like for first season, we filmed the whole thing without anything airing,
Right.
which is common now in streaming. But
Yeah.
back then with regular like TV, you would be on the air and you would know what the fan reaction was or what the ratings were,
Yeah.
whatever thing you cared about. And luckily HBO didn't really care about anything, which was great. They just wanted us to find our way, and they gave us space, and they were super supportive.
which is awesome.
So rare in our business, music or
Especially
film
now.
and TV, right? Especially now.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah.
It's very unusual to have that situation. So we're so lucky that we did. But when I look back, I mean, there's so many great things. This is what's funny about this episode too. This episode is called, Lord help us, it's called Politically Erect, you guys. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I watched this episode, and in my mind, the things that I remember about this episode, we were just back to work. So whenever we would just come back to work, it was usually February and cold, which I didn't think about at all when I was watching this.
Right.
Often when I see it, I'm like, oh, we're freezing right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do think I have a cold in it. Like
Yeah.
my
Oh,
Kristin
really?
has a cold in it. Yeah, I look a little off and my voice is a little off, but that's fine. I just, it's me nitpicking. But I think this week is the week. So we would film 2 episodes at once. I believe this week was a 100-hour week.
Oh my God.
Yep.
My God. So you were just on set like 24 hours.
All the time until the sun came up.
Oh my God.
And we're trying to talk fast.
Yeah.
Like the other thing that I watched when I was, because this episode is directed by Michael Patrick King. He was writing, he had come on first season to write. Darren had created the show, Darren Star. And then Michael Patrick was our second writer who came on, and he really understood comedy, which was great. So he infused everything with a lot more comedic jokes and whatnot, I guess. I mean, they're not jokes like a sitcom, but funny things.
Funny moments.
Yeah. And like timing. He was about timing and kind of like exact timing, which was important. But this episode aired for the first time in the year 2000, which means we made it probably, I think we usually came on in June. Yeah, June 11th. So we started filming in February of that year.
Oh,
and then the episode would come on in June.
Oh my God.
Once we got going, that was what we did. We'd go in February, pretending it was the summer, freezing
and
our little
New York
selves.
in February, it's freezing.
It's gnarly. And you know what we wear.
Yeah.
Tiny little clothes.
Yeah, really cute thing.
Thank you. Okay, so here we are. We're at Politically Erect. Now, as I said, what I remember about this is Slattery, John Slattery, and this was his second episode. And I just remember it being just fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So then when I rewatched it, I'm like, this is dark.
Yeah.
I was kind of
and so relevant for what's happening right now.
relevant in like kind of a frightening way.
Yeah.
I mean, I had just so many moments of like,
oh God, yeah.
and also like just how different the world is in ways that we could never have seen coming in the year 2000. Never.
It's so sad.
It really is so sad.
Yeah.
And it makes me just, I mean, obviously we know that our, political lives have like created this kind of really negative, argumentative, divided
1000%
culture, which is so bad for the country.
It is.
I mean, whether we agree or don't agree, like the tenor of the conversation is problematic.
Isn't that so wild?
Yes.
That it's like politics, like what that is, has like divided a country.
I try my hardest not to straight on talk about politics, but we do have a show called Politically Erect, and it's literally about a politician who has a peeing fantasy.
Yes.
It's really hard not to talk about it. Like it's
so wild.
Insane.
But so relevant.
And the thing about it that's so interesting, and let's just talk about this storyline first because it is like super fascinating.
Yeah.
I think for one thing, John Slattery is a fantastic actor and a great guy and so fun and so loose, which is what I remember and think of course. And of course, since then he's been on Madmen and he's amazing and everyone knows him now, which is such a joy, right? To have an actor that we all knew because he's in New York and Sarah Jessica knew him and everybody knew him. And then to have him go on to this huge success is wonderful. But then to see that he actually kind of plays an it character.
And so well.
Right?
It was
really
so natural. Like,
right.
Yeah.
That's true. And if you think about Mad Men, he also kind of is an it character, but Slattery's charm is such that you don't realize, right? Like it kind of smooths it out,
over,
to where you're just like,
if you're handsome and
I mean, so
look non-threatening.
I don't know about non-threatening.
He is threatening, right? But like you're like
good way.
When they're good looking like that, you're like, what is it about you?
Definitely.
There's something.
Most definitely has the it. He has the it factor for sure. Because I mean, I don't know that I would use the word threatening or non-threatening, but he's so charismatic that in a room you can't not be aware of him.
There's a flag there. You just don't know what color it is.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, Slattery in life, it's good. Yeah. And that's what's funny about when you watch the show, you're like, oh no, it's not good. It's bad.
Yeah.
The character, no bueno. But Slattery in life, yes, all the way, yes, right?
Yeah.
He's just a joy. Yeah. So it's really interesting to look back because, of course, you don't remember what's on the screen necessarily. Right. You remember the vibe, in the room.
And you just knew something was coming. You just didn't know what it was going to be.
100%. And this is my other admission about the storyline. I thought the way that I remembered it was that he wants to pee on Carrie.
Right.
But that is not what it is.
He wants her. He
wants her to pee on him. What on earth?
This.
I know it's hard to talk about, right? But this is the potency of the show, right?
Yes.
Here we are. It's 2025, and this show came out in 2000. 100, 2,000 with nothing on it.
Yes.
And we still have trouble talking about it.
Yes.
But this is what I want to ask you about, because you're younger than me. So to me, when I look at our just culture in general around sexuality, it has advanced, right? In terms of like, people are more free to be who they are and to like what they like. And, you know, they'll say things like, you know, this is my kink. It's, you know, don't shame it. You know, there's that vibe out there, right? But I mean, for me, it's hard for me to understand this. What do you think?
Well, because something similar happened to like one of my absolute best friends.
Oh, tell us all about it.
So I can't name her name.
Of course.
She would kill me, but
that's fine.
She was dating this guy and he was a little actor.
Uh-oh.
Handsome.
Oh, no.
Like beautiful, really. And they just came together and like, we thought, oh, this is about to be your man. Like, this is going to be so good. I'm so happy for you. And it was all going well until he wanted to sit on her face.
Oh, no. Oh,
and he had like
Oh, no. Yeah. Don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. That's horrible. What did she do?
It was something that she could it was this whole thing, like she just couldn't follow through with that. Like,
well, I get that.
Just like,
but see, this is what I think is really, really important.
She didn't knock him. Like, look, whatever it is that you do, but that's I'm not comfortable with that.
And I think that's what's so important is you absolutely have to stand up for what is good for you or not good for you, right?
Prepared for this.
We were not prepared for that. No. But you know what? This is the show, right? This is the thing, is that we're going to talk about stuff, okay? Yes. But the thing that I think is important is, on the one hand, yes, let's not knock people for what they like. But on the other hand, don't do something you're uncomfortable with.
Yes.
Women, especially, I feel, do not do something that you are uncomfortable with.
Do not ever, wherever the camera is, ever do anything that you're not uncomfortable with. You can say no.
Right.
And you can leave that situation.
Definitely.
So often, especially, you know, I'm a millennial, like we were just taught to kind of keep our mouths shut and kind of deal with things.
You feel like that's true?
Very much so. I think there's a lot of unlearning in my generation for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think that's certainly true for my generation. I don't even know that we've unlearned it.
I don't think
maybe we have.
I think we're trying to unlearn it.
It's a process.
It is a process. But that's why we talk about it.
Right. That's why we talk about
the listeners these stories, because, you know, we've all been in compromising situations and you can absolutely get out of that. You can say, no, this is weird. I don't knock it, but this is weird for me. Right.
And that's a delicate line. But I think that is something as a society that we're kind of learning, which I think is great.
Yes.
Because it used to just be like, you know, oh my God, or whatever, like you know,
you can't talk about it.
Right. And not talking about it is not helping anything.
No, let's talk about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's the joy of our show. And thus,
let's talk about
that's our podcast. We must also talk about it on podcast. The thing that was so interesting to me, so when we start the episode, she says, the voiceover says, so I had been dating whatever his name is, hold on, my politician, Bill Kelley. Bill Kelley. Such a politician name, for 3 weeks. But she's full on in like Jackie O gear, which I love so much. She's got the nice sunglasses. She says she went shopping. She found a vintage coat.
The dress with the flowers.
Yes, the flowers are in full bloom. We are suddenly in the full bloom Carrie flower era.
Yes.
And it is great. I mean, who knew? We certainly did not know at the time that this was going to be a huge thing that would follow us for 30 years.
Yes.
Never.
It hasn't left.
I know. It's adorable. It's adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll see dresses now where I'm like, well, I can't wear that because there's a big flower on it. What a bummer. I'd love to wear it. But I can't wear it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's Carrie, right? It's so interesting. But I love that became a thing.
That's crazy that because of you, who you are, that's something you have to be mindful of.
I have to go through a whole thought process like, oh, that's a Carrie thing. I can't wear it. And then I'll think like, oh, well, look at this dress. And I'll be like, oh, see, that's Charlotte. But I've been playing her so long.
So wild.
Right? That then I'm like, well, do I want to look like Charlotte for that event? Or do I not want to look like Charlotte for that event? Those are my only two choices.
Is so wild.
Do you know what I mean? Well, because it's a
lifelong commitment. Yeah.
It's a lifelong commitment, but it's a commitment that I'm happy to have, right? Yeah. Like I feel like it's a rare thing.
That's lightning in a bottle.
Definitely.
Like what you experienced. Like,
definitely.
It's the phenomena of that and what that did for so many women.
Thank goodness.
It empowered women so much.
I know, but we had no idea. We had no idea that was going to happen.
Like
we had no idea. And
we're saving lives here in the Sex and the City.
I don't know about that, but that's very sweet. But I did also think there was a moment where I'm going to jump to the end of their storyline for a second. But so basically, here's Slattery, his handsome self playing this politician. And here's Carrie really like committing to being on the campaign trail with him, which I didn't remember that. I was like, she's on the campaign and they're trying to put buttons on her and her vintage jacket. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was very impressive. So she's somehow just like fully in it, which I feel like this is the first time that you're seeing her, maybe the Justin Theroux character also because she loved his family. Yeah. But this is the first time you're seeing her with someone other than Big, where you feel like, it might work. Yeah. Which is then why it's really sad, of course, when it doesn't work because of this thing that he wants her to do, which she just can't bring herself to do. But at the very end, when she very sweetly tries to come up with all the other things she could do. Yeah. She says something like, maybe when we're having sex, we could run some water.
Or tea.
So some hot tea. Oh my gosh. It made me laugh so hard because it was the sweetest.
She was trying to compromise.
She really was trying to compromise in like the most adorable way. And I love the way they filmed it because he's in the shower and you can't see his face. And she's sitting in the bathroom like so sweet, in the sheet. Totally. Yeah. And she's so kind of vulnerable and you can see how much she really likes him, that she's trying to make this work out, which is kind of, I feel like rare for her. Yeah. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it's a little rare for anyone other than Big, right? Yeah. Like for Big, obviously a lot of compromise involved. But for other people, we haven't really seen that side of her.
Let it go.
Right. Yeah. She didn't want to. She didn't want to let it go. She wanted to make it work out. She wanted to be on the campaign trail looking like all Jackie O. And, it was like a fun part for her to play, kind of. Yeah. So she's trying to make it work. And then, he's silent in the shower for a while. And then he moves the shower curtain and he says, oh, I wanted to tell you something. And he's kind of a bit of a jerk. And she goes, uh-huh. And her cute little vulnerable face, uh-huh. And he says, how I was telling you, I read the column and, there are people in my life in the campaign who feel like maybe it was a little much. And she's like, oh, and you could just see her wheels turning. The
audacity.
Exactly. Like, what does he mean? And then he says, they were just thinking that right in the middle of a campaign that I shouldn't be, dating a sex columnist. Yeah. She was like, but wait a minute.
You wanted me to pee on you.
Exactly. So. And then he says, but nobody knows that.
Right.
And then exactly. She has the power of her column, which is a great thing. But it also reminded me in the writing, this was written by Darren, directed by Michael Patrick. We were still battling this kind of sexist reaction to the show. Right. And I feel like that's what they were writing in there. Right. Because there were still people who would write articles like, well, this show is silly, but it's obviously caught on. It was always like kind of a hit against it. This is a show about women.
Because they didn't understand it.
Exactly. And because it wasn't, what they considered prestige TV, right? Like prestige TV was about gangsters killing people. Right. No offense to the Sopranos because we love them. But, that was like that serious, Emmy Town, let's go, right? We were the girls talking about sex. So they'd be like, oh, this show with all these girls talking about
God
sex,
forbid,
roll their eyes, that's
like we don't do that
with
in person.
Exactly, right. And it was so we battled that for so long, and I felt like that was what they were kind of writing in also, like that you could get put down really quickly because of that, which is what you see him do to her. Right. Like, yes, I'm a politician who would like you to pee on me, but I'm still going to dismiss you because you're just a sex columnist, you know? Which is so ick, but also I love how they...
It is so ick,
isn't
right?
It? Right,
yeah.
I agree. But I also love how they were so... I feel like because we were living these things, as a group. Yeah. Because here we are. We loved our show so much. We were so committed. We've got 100-hour week going on, right? Like no one in our lives has seen us except for ourselves in the show and behind the scenes, right? Like that's how committed. Like we love our show so much. Michael Patrick and I were just talking about this and just like that. We live in Los Angeles with our families and we leave to go to New York to do the show. That's how much we love it, right? And so then for people to say like that we weren't committed or that we weren't somehow doing our best. It just hurts,
Right.
you know, because
which is wild to me that they would say that. But that this episode was very indicative to what you were going through in real life.
Yep. I mean,
Which
always
makes
they
it-
are always writing something in that way, but it's always just funny to me when they write that part in. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
the critique is like inherent in the plot, you know?
Like, God forbid 4 women are sexy, beautiful, intelligent, and have a body that they love and want to date. Like, God forbid that that's something they have, and that the fact that they put that down.
Right?
And
I know.
I guess that's what film does, right? Like,
I mean, that's
anyway.
what we try to do when
Yeah.
we're lucky enough to get a
Yeah.
green light.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is a struggle that also people don't even understand.
No, I can't even like imagine like every year hoping your show gets picked back up. Like,
Right.
that is like such an incredible pressure, and you sacrificing so much for that.
That's
Yeah.
true, but I mean, I think all of acting is like that, right? So if you're even in it, you know that's inherent,
Yeah.
you know, which is a crazy lifestyle for
Yeah.
sure. You never know what's going to happen ever,
Right.
which is true for everyone in kind of the cosmic sense.
Yes.
But in actors' world, it's like true on a day to day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could get a big job tomorrow, or you could get no job for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's still really true. I
Yeah.
mean, people think somehow that at some point that's not true. No, it's always true. It never gets better. You just might have money in the bank,
Yes.
which is, of course, wonderful.
Lord.
You know what I mean?
Child.
Right?
Yes.
Right. So sometimes I have trouble sticking to my.
I do too. I'm a Gemini and have ADD. So
Oh,
God,
well,
like we can jump
fantastic.
back and forth.
Apparently,
I'm with you.
I might have ADD as
I
well.
for sure have
Wow.
ADD.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I love it.
If I was reading a book
Yeah.
and you confessed to a murder, I would have never heard it. I could just be in my book and I wouldn't
Well,
have heard
that's kind of
it.
wonderful.
Yeah. So if you ever need to confess anything to me, just come to me and I'll read my book, and I will literally not hear anything.
Can I ask you a question? Then we're gonna get back to the show. But I want to ask you a question. Do you feel that this helps your creative life?
Like talking about the show.
No,
or just,
having ADHD.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It helps with a lot of my life. Like, I can clean a whole entire house because I have ADD. Because
Okay,
I go from
got
room to
it.
room to room to room to room until like 3 hours later, and then the whole house is clean. But it
Well,
takes,
that's amazing.
Yeah, but it's like I will go to the bathroom and go wipe the mirrors down and be like, oh, I got to put this laundry up. And then I'll go down to the laundry room and put the laundry in and be like, oh, I need to go mop the floors. And it's
Wow.
just this whole thing. It's terrible. But yes, it
But
does
one of
create.
the things I think about in terms of, you know, actors and music and all the creative things, because we don't have like a regular desk job,
Yeah.
right? Where you're
Mhm.
having to go to the same place every time and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Even Sex and the City, which we've been doing all together, you know, since
Yeah.
the year 1998.
Crazy.
Still very different, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere we went, every day is different. You're in a different place. You have different actors. You have different lines. Hopefully you're with the same people, which is the
Yeah.
joy as an actor, for me at least. But you don't get into acting thinking that's going to happen. You
Yeah.
get into acting thinking you're going to get this challenge over here, and then hopefully this challenge over here, and
Yeah.
then hopefully this challenge over here. And I think that there's a lot to be said for the creative arts and ADHD
Yeah.
working well together.
Yeah.
Because
That
also
is so interesting.
it's kind of a heightened
yeah.
world, right?
Yeah.
Like you're performing, it makes your
Yeah.
dopamine, like you get a jolt, right? And
Yeah.
you're up in a heightened world,
Yes.
which I feel like connects.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. 1000% now that you think about it. And I think having ADHD enables you, like you said, to bounce between jobs. And it's like cleaning the house.
Right.
Your
And you can
job
clean the
is like-
house in between.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're able to do all these things and compartmentalize
Right.
your different emotions.
That's right. That's right. Which is super important.
Look at you.
I think about
getting
these
deep
things
right
you know,
now.
I think about these things. I mean, only because apparently I might have ADHD.
Yeah,
I don't
hey,
know.
It's all right.
I
I
don't know.
definitely do.
Well, I'm
for
glad
sure.
that you definitely do and that you know it. Good
Yeah.
for you. And
Yeah,
good
it's
for you that
bad.
you can use it
Yeah.
to channel things. Okay, back to the episode.
Back to the episode.
Okay, let me ask you, because this is what I've decided to do now. I
Okay.
like to stick with one storyline, right?
Okay.
And kind of like suss it out because it's interesting to look at how they develop it over the show, right? And what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, do you love Brady? David Eigenberg, Steve Brady?
I mean,
You don't. I can tell by your face. Oh my God, tell me.
No, I do.
Tell me, do you not think he's right for Miranda?
I do think he's right for Miranda.
Okay, but sometimes during this episode, I thought he wasn't.
Yeah,
do you know what
because when he meets,
at the party, that's uncomfortable. I was on her side.
Really, really, really uncomfortable. Knowing where the show ends up.
Right.
It makes so much sense that they were never going to be right together.
It's so fascinating, right? Because now we know so much more and you're watching it with a different understanding.
Yeah.
But also the thing that I think is first of all, I think Eichenberg is a great actor.
Great.
So anytime they're together, I'm very much wowed by Eichenberg because Cynthia is a very powerful actor as well.
Yes.
And he more than holds his own with her, So like, for instance, that scene in bed where he tells her that he loves her. First of all, that is the scene when he holds her breast in a way that I do not find attractive. And I was very unhappy with him and unhappy with everyone on the set that day that they did not protect Cynthia better. And I wanted to go, right? Were you like, ow?
Nobody does that.
Like, ow. It was like, ouchie.
That's
it's
not
like
real
squeezing.
life. Yeah.
I mean, I'm afraid it might be real life for some people.
Not real life in my life. But
where did he come up with it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, let me just
like squeeze it.
Yeah.
Like it looked painful. But
it
also,
didn't look comfortable.
And I was like, why didn't someone just say, just
wasn't
move your
sexy,
hand?
that's for sure.
No, it wasn't sexy because it looked like it hurt.
I think that might have been also a part.
Right.
Like, I think all of the sex scenes they had together, he always made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel when I watch Eichenberg, it's interesting for me now because at the time, there's too much going on for me to really think about Eichenberg, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't hardly ever get to work with him, And I tried to get him on the podcast and he just cannot come on because he can't remember anything he says and he doesn't want to talk about his work, which I find so adorable.
Yeah.
But part of the reason I think that is true is that he is so unbelievably real.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching him.
Because he's so awkward and it makes so much sense.
Right?
You know?
Like it's like he's not acting. I know that he's acting and that he's a very good actor. Yeah. But he's just so real. Yeah. And like those sex scenes are so real seeming.
Yeah.
Compared to all the others, especially, right?
Yeah.
Like they're very different. So on the one hand, he's
look
squeezing.
at me, I'm like sitting
I know. You're in a protective mode, which I am too. Just the squeezing of the breast is just it really upset me at the time
look
too.
Look at us, we're just like
I know. And I said to Cynthia, I was like, Sin, I am going to come to the set the next time that you have a sex scene with Eichenberg and I'm going to have a chat with him. And she was like, no, you're not. It was fine. No. Because she has no vanity or self-awareness or anything, meaning in a good way.
Touch my boobs.
Totally. Squeeze them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, babe, how'd you get through that day?
Yeah.
You know how many times you have to do that?
Yeah, a lot.
Woo.
I'm sure.
Hooey. But back to the scene. He tells her in that scene that he loves her and it's so good. And I didn't remember it. I remember
really
the squeezing
sweet.
of the boobs. But like, I was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Because he's just so good. You don't even know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
It's so good. And she's so good. But I did also love before that when they're walking down the street and, she's all her powerful corporate self and he's his kind of adorable, goofy self. And he's talking about how he wants to go steady.
Yes.
And she looks, like he so doesn't read her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like her face is like,
she's
no.
like, no.
Yeah, but she doesn't say it.
Yeah.
She just thinks it.
She's like,
I know, right? I know. I feel
she always
for
wanted
him.
I think she always thought, and her character always thought she deserved something better.
But see, then my question is, and I think it's hard for me to totally separate from Charlotte's journey, right?
Yeah.
Like what would have been better? I don't know.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe Blair Underwood.
I mean, he was so good.
Right?
I loved their relationship together.
So maybe Blair Underwood.
But I also loved when, Steve.
Of course.
Like, that was one of my favorite scenes when she was like, I love you. And
of course. And I mean, that whole, we're not to that season yet, but the way that they played the two of them.
Yeah. They were so hot.
The writing, so hot. And just sad side note, we were planning a way to bring Blair back too, and just like that. I know, right? Like dagger to the heart, right? Like dagger that we didn't get to do that. I'm not even going to get into the whys that we didn't get to do that, but we had a plan. We were so excited.
Damn it.
I know, right? because we need Blair in everything. That we do.
He was everything.
Right?
God.
And I remember at the time being so excited that we got him. But I don't mean to diminish Eichenberg, because there's a part of me where I feel, and I
he
feel
was
like
perfect. I mean,
so perfect.
everything was so perfect.
Right. And he
because of how
evens
really
her
is.
out in a way
Yes.
that kind of Harry evens Charlotte out.
Yes.
So even though we're very far from finding Harry, when I watch them, I do think about the fact that they're different, and the fact that they're different might be a positive.
Oh, it's perfect. Like, you need someone, when you have someone like, you know, Cindy or Miranda's character, she was so strong, so indecisive, so independent. She needed someone that annoyed her just enough. But he was so sweet. He was like a puppy dog.
He is sometimes like a puppy dog. That's true. And I feel a little afraid for him. Do you know what I mean? I feel a little afraid for him sometimes.
But he can handle it, because puppy dogs, like, you know.
That's true. That's true. But there, you know, because they had already broken up the first round, which would have been season 2, and he just looks so hurt when they break up that time, like so hurt. Yeah. So I do feel concerned for him a little bit. Also, I think because we know where it's going. Yeah. So it's hard not to feel a little bit worried.
I know. We're like, oh, you'll be fine.
Well, kind of and kind of not. Yeah. Like, it's sad. I don't know. I had a lot of sad and weird feelings watching this particular episode, I tell you. I don't know if it's just my mood today or whatever, but it was a lot.
It was. I think it's because it's so relevant to today.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you're right. In a way that you just can't even
It's even stronger
right
now. Like,
you
see, like,
it has resonance.
Yeah, like you even see like Gen Z that are in the dating world right now.
You felt that when you're watching it?
I mean, like, that's what I was thinking about.
Really?
You know, like women that are liberal that, you know, will go on these dating apps, and what you see, it's so relevant to
and compromising,
today.
Like wanting to compromise, like, wanting to make it work.
Because I genuinely feel like people really do want to meet somebody.
Definitely.
And to have to make those considerations.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
You know?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I can't imagine.
See, I'm single, so I totally.
Oh God.
No, I'm single, and you know, I'm like not willing to compromise.
You can't. Therefore, you're just like, I'm fine all by myself.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I got my kids, so I everything's about them. You know. Yeah.
I told him, if my husband and I don't make it, like, that's it for me. Like, I've found the
sure
love.
You will.
You know, I absolutely think we will, but you know, like, I just think about it, like you said, when you have your kids, like,
yeah,
what else do you need out there?
Definitely.
You know?
I mean, there are things that are missing. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's like, are you going to take time away?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry,
and are you worth it for me to take?
Definitely. That's
you know,
the bar.
You have to be like,
meet.
the bar is like,
the bar's very, very
all
high.
the way in heaven right now. Like,
totally.
It's like, it's really, really high.
Okay, it is too much fun talking to you, Mickey. We're going to have you back. We're going to keep going, you guys. Join us later in the week for part 2 about episode 302. I'm not going to say the title again.